I think for quite some time, Daniel has been using each and every opportunity publicly to actually weigh down on retired General Chiwenga. Of course, he would not call him by the name, but you could hear that most of I mean, most of his speech were actually directed to retired General Chiwenga. He would speak so bad, especially about people who were opposed to the 2030 term extension for Emerson Mnangagwa. And we know through the dossier that was presented by retired General Chiwenga that he is anti-2030. So bad words were spoken, especially regarding retired General Chiwenga's stance by individuals such as Daniel Garwe. But this time around, he was in his home province, which happens also to be the home province of retired General Chiwenga. And he also indicated that retired General Chiwenga also comes from the same province with Daniel Garwe. Will Mnangagwa be happy with what Daniel Garwe did? And also in that same particular meeting, there was Tinoma Chakaire, who has been actually not clear, sometimes seemingly on retired General Chiwenga, and also switching sides. Greetings and welcome once again to your lovely channel, the Hloniphani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So let's listen to Daniel Garwe speaking. I must attest to you that this is quite shocking coming from Daniel Garwe, also calling for the ZANPF members to stand with the vice presidents, and also calling out retired General Chiwenga's name. He has been actually a staunch supporter, and I'm sure he is still maybe a staunch supporter of the 2030 term extension for Emerson Mnangagwa, or he is also getting a sense that this regime may collapse. What would be the fate of Daniel Garwe post the regime of Emerson Mnangagwa? We've seen Daniel Garwe giving certain vibes. He is not a Daniel Garwe that we were used especially at the height of Blessed Geza revolution. We've had, I remember at one point, Daniel Garwe teared apart Mnangagwa Takwire, I mean specifically the slogan that is attached to him, that how can we call someone Namoyapera, even using biblical allusion to justify that hunger would never be finished by a human being, discrediting that slogan. I remember writing a long essay as actually a PR troll for Mnangagwa Takwire, and now he is telling the people in the actually the home province of retired General Chiwenga to respect retired General Chiwenga as well as all the vice presidents. It's actually a new tone that Daniel Garwe is speaking, saying we must support the president, we must support the vice presidents. Now he appears to be at the middle. He is a Daniel Garwe who is at the middle, who is not this time around choosing side, trekking for Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa's 2030 term extension. Does this signal a shift from Daniel Garwe? Only time will tell. And also, it's quite interesting. He was with Tinoda Machagaire. Tinoda Machagaire has been issuing statements contrary to what Daniel Garwe has also been issuing publicly, sometimes tearing apart Daniel Garwe, who is the chairperson of Mashonaland East. Remember, Mashonaland East, I mean, that is where retired general is coming from, specifically from Wetsa. And that is why we have heard Mnangagwa supporters saying down with Wetsa. There will be actually, in fact, when it comes to retired General Chiwenga, everybody who has been saying something bad about him, they would not call his name, except for Temba Mliswa. He decided to be confrontational, called his name. But individuals such as Daniel Garwe, they will speak statements, and you can tell that these statements are directed at retired General Chiwenga. Now, this posture that is exhibited by Daniel Garwe, especially taking into consideration that within a week or so, we are going to see ZANPF tearing the constitution of Zimbabwe apart, somehow dropping also the name of Gift Ostalos Sizima, and dropping the name of the opposition, saying it has changed its name. At one point, it had a surname. We know that all this has been also the cause of ZANU-PF, as much as also the opposition in Zimbabwe should take accountability of what has been happening within it. I must attest that for also ZANU-PF, it has been divided. This ZANU-PF that is currently in charge of Zimbabwe, it is not the ZANU-PF of Robert Gabriel Mugabe. Numerous members who were part of the cabinet and supporting Robert Gabriel Mugabe, they are out of this government. And because they have guns, they can easily use the guns to get rid of a president, and another administration comes and take over. But if you are in opposition, you are facing the distraction from ZANU-PF, and also if there is an internal loophole within the opposition, it becomes easier for the party to be hijacked. And when your party is hijacked, what do? You form another party, or you try to introduce another abbreviation so that you continue politically. So I sense Daniel Garwe, who is toning down these days. I sense that Daniel Garwe, who is not frightening communities these days, as Tino Machagaire used to say. And obviously, these ZANU-PF people, they would not point each other by names. But you could tell, you can actually attest that this information is directed to so and so. Is there a possibility that Daniel Garwe has shifted the sides? Only time will tell. Remember, at one point, Blessed Geza said Mnangagwa will realize that he doesn't have supporters when they remove him. I'm of the opinion that that time for him to actually pick or begin to negotiate for a better settlement has passed. Definitely Emerson Mnangagwa will fall, and it will be very soon. Thank you very much for watching. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Umhlabane is saying good morning and have a lovely day. Let's meet on the other